Yo, what up? Are we live? Are we living? Are we out here? I think we're out here. It's look. Alright, it's look. Alright, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let me change the color palette real quick, because we have to run the color palettes back, you know? We started at the farthest color palette we could, and now we're working our way gradually back left. I'm just making sure that I sound fine on the stream. Then I'm putting my song on. And then we're gonna go. It's look, as previously stated in the title. Now, we are going 4 minutes early. I think that's much better than, like, we were 30, 40 minutes early on the last stream. So it's, you know, Gazoo character exclusive. You know, I really wish when it said, like, randomized item statistics or whatever, that actually meant something and mattered, but we can dream. All that matters, though, is Gazoo character exclusive, and we have the default backstory, so we don't even have to care about that. So, second enemy, strength, knowledge, charisma, dex. Maybe a little light source gaming? Now I'm a little bit worried here. I'm thinking, yo, maybe we could do a little bit of ignoring one of these things. We take a little -3 stamina as a treat. Let's see if I can remember, but sometimes I forgot. And then sometimes I remember the second enemy. No promises, no promises. Absolutely none. Probably gonna, if we die, I'll run it back. That was the worst misclick I've ever made in ever. Easily the worst misclick I've made tonight. No, that's not true. I clicked the going live button. Eels? Eels? You do indeed love to see some eel action. Live eel reaction. Is that, hold on, is that a GIF? Live eel reaction. I need to see this. Live eel reaction. Oh no, don't look up, don't look that up, don't look that up, it's horrible, it's horrible. You search live eel and you're thinking, oh yeah, like eel videos, great. First thing, how did an eel get inside somebody's body, removed via surgery? Why? Why? Don't know why. How did an eel get in there? What the fuck? I don't know, how about like Tenor? Tenor, do you have something? A little Tenor gift search? Maybe that's much nicer. Eel. Eel with it! Let's go! Eel pog! See, this is what I was looking for. This is the eel content that the people are... This is the kind of, like, eel pog? Yeah, like, that's the kind of content that I was expecting to see, you know? Not, welcome to hell. So here's the thing, when I saw the image of the surgery and the long stringy thing being brought out of the person's body, I was thinking to myself, okay, it's a parasite, right? But then the video was eel. And it's like, eels aren't parasites. So it's like, is it just a mislabeled video? You know, we do a little bit of, we do a little bit of, you know, mislabeling things for clicks or whatever, but like, I don't know, that was nuts. I mean, I've seen worse, don't get me wrong. I've seen much, much worse on the internet, but it's just like, why? People are like, oh yeah, we search up eel. It's like, oh yeah, open surgery. That's what the people want to see. Oh, let's go. When Haru brings out the semi-auto, you can hear the only thing they fear is you. The chainsaws revving in the background. Not even necessary. The chainsaws aren't even necessary. They're just there to be instruments. It's look. You know, I think I've said this before. But it's very weird that, like, a lot of horror tropes are literally just, like, person who is, like, not conventionally attractive and they, like, creepy, right? Like, oh, look, it's a lady with disheveled hair, wow. Or, oh, it's a lady who's a little bit weird, crazy. And it's like, obviously, since this game is like a love letter to like all sorts of horror stuff, it kind of plays into some of that. But it's like, if I was helping somebody move some books and I looked at one of the books and it was like some weird shit, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's fucking creepy, this person's a weirdo, I'm in a horror movie and this is scary. I'd be like, you know, it's a little bit weird, but like a lot of people would say like some of my interests are weird. Like, oh yeah, I play an MMO. What the hell is an MMO? Well, it's like it's like a big ass multiplayer game where you can play with hundreds of people at the same time. It's like, do you play with hundreds of people at the same time? No, I just play with like my guild, and not even all of them, just some of them who talk. And it's like, really? So why does it have to be a massively multiplayer game? It's like, and how much time do you spend doing this? It's like, yeah, you got a weird book. I read weird things. Why am I going to the lighthouse? There's just like Thanos snap and like 90% of the stream is just gone? Nah. We're still at the start. Lightning flood painting, hell. Oh, yo, this takes care of our light source problem pretty nicely, doesn't it? Let's go. A flashlight for you and me? And Haru's got a gun? With no bullet. A gun with no bullet. I love that text-to-speech so much. It would be great just to have that on hand. I mean, it's probably there's probably a website version that you could use. Or you could just download, like, I assume there's an application for it. You could just have that. That would be pretty good. We do a little Doom gaming? Yeah, we do a little Doom gaming for fun, you know? As a treat. Haru does not need bullets. His ass was not shooting. Safety on, no bullets. We can do a little bit of go outside and touch stone. That's okay. We're almost out of this mystery. We got out relatively clean. Is this our... Hold on. How many enemies have we fought? I think this is our first... Yeah, this is our first enemy. I'm not seeing anything. You are investigating Desperate Solution. What is this for? You are investigating Desperate Solution. I don't even know what that is. Hold on. Why does it give you specific text for that one? Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyways, we just, like... I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, Puppet Matron. I mean, guaranteeing that, like, 10 damage is actually pretty gross. Yes. Sorry, Emmy, we'll see you later. No, I don't... If we were level 2 and we got, like, the damage buff, maybe. Quick thinking folklore studies. It's a quick thinking kind of day, ain't it? Time skip. It's Tuesday! It's Tuesday, right? Oh no, it's actually Wednesday. I missed raid. They cleared P8S without me. I'm in remiss. Oh no. Oh no. No, I missed raid. They cleared without me. No. Oh, why did I click that button? I don't know. Kind of cracked, honestly, not gonna lie. Blood Festival, Household Hell. I went to a birthday party today. Well, kind of, well, I should say in the evening. But it was kind of weird, because it was more like a birthday celebration in, like, vague terms. This is hell? Wait, we're in hell? Okay, hold on. Festival. We'll stock up on smonks after we get out of the festival. But yeah, no, I kind of went to like a birthday celebration, and we went to the arcade. And it was one of those, how do I put it? It was one of those arcades where you can either use coins or you can like pay to like get like the pass that lets you do whatever you want, right? And so we paid for the pass. And so we didn't have to like, basically unlimited coins at the machines, right? And so we went in there, and there were some pretty good, there were some pretty cool things in there. You know, they had a Soul Calibur 2. Now, I used to play that all the time on the GameCube. Wait, was it Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube? I can't remember which Soul Calibur was on the GameCube and which one was on, like, the... Because there was, like, one on, what is it, PlayStation and Xbox that had unique characters or something like that. But they had Soul Calibur 2 Arcade Edition, and I tried to clear it, but I'm rusty as hell. And also, I don't know... Like, I'm used to having different buttons. And so it's like... I got pretty far. I think I got to, like, the second to last fight, but I didn't fight the final boss. So that was kind of fun. Played a bit of air hockey. That was pretty pog. But they had this... They had this one game, and I played it with one of the other people who was at the birthday celebration. And oh my god, it was so weird. It was so weird. It was a side-scrolling beat-em-up, okay? It was a side-scrolling beat-em-up, and it was Marvel themed. And there were like 6 characters. There was Wolverine. I played a girl named Dazzle. So everything was a breeze until I played this one weird-ass character, Voldo Moment. So they had... There were like 6 characters. I played Dazzle, whoever that is. I've never heard of her before. It was like an X-Men game. It was like a Marvel X-Men. X-Men is Marvel, right? I'm pretty sure. Because it's like X-Men, Deadpool, and Deadpool is Marvel? Question mark? I think so. But anyways, I played it. And we're just gonna send it, by the way. We're just gonna send it. We'd never miss. Yeah, we can do it like this. So, we were playing it, and it was such a weird and bizarre game. Like, I am struggling to actually describe it right now. Because, essentially, it was a normal side-scrolling beat-em-up. Like, one of the most generic side-scrolling beat-em-ups you could imagine in your life, okay? There was one attack button, and then there was a jump button, and then it was a special button. So that was it. There was no grabs, there was no blocking, there was basically no nothing, alright? You could attack, you could special, which the special thing was nuts, okay? Because what they did is, in order to use your special ability, you don't have, like, bombs, you don't have a resource, you just have your health. So, you can use your special until you run out of health, and then you can't use it anymore. And so what we ended up doing was, we just spammed the thing that we had that let us use unlimited coins, right? And so we just spammed it, so we both had like 40 lives, and we just kept spamming our special, dying, coming back, spamming our special. Because it was like, it was boring as hell. And it went on, I think it had like 6 or 5 stages. I lost count. It was not a banger, alright? It was not a banger. And so, we're playing it, but it's really weird, right? Because, okay, it's got X-Men characters, right? Like, it's got recognizable X-Men characters. But things get a little bit wacky. So, the basic enemy... So, the overall story is that, like, Magneto has kidnapped a couple people. Is it Xavier? Professor X, right? Professor X? The mind-reading guy? And then, a lady who I don't know. I barely know anything about X-Men. Ooh, we're pogging? Oh, we're absolutely pogging here. So I don't really know who they are. But Magneto kidnaps him. And, you know, we're just hanging out, you know, we're just chilling. And we're just fighting our way through these enemies. And they're like these armored knight guys who are all in the color palette of Magneto. And then later on, the advanced version of that enemy is in the color palette of Doctor Doom. And then later on, they're in, like, the color palette of, like, Galactus? And it's just these generic robot enemies, and then there's these, like, big juggernaut enemies who have, like, this giant-ass cannon, right? Like, this, like, literal, like, cannon or, like, rifle thing, right? Like a massive barrel. And they can shoot, but they only shot once in our entire playthrough. Because what they would just do is they would attack you from long range with the melee attack, which was like this sweep. And so what we ended up doing, besides spamming our specials, was when they would spawn, you could see them coming on screen because of their, like, massive, like, barreled gun. And so you just walk up to the edge of the screen and start spamming attack, and then they die before they could ever get on the screen. Just the most bizarre fucking thing. But it gets even weirder, right? So they have these bosses, and I don't know if they're established X-Men villains or whatever, but you have this fire guy. He shows up, melts through the thing, shows up, and he just starts burning you, right? He goes to one side of the screen, throws fire, goes to the other side of the screen, throws fire. That's all he does. Pretty easy. So we kick his ass, and then we get a pop-up on the screen saying we've unlocked a new mutant power. But mutant powers can only be used as long as the gauge is higher than 3, which is a lie. There is no gauge. There's your health. And using your special takes your health away. But that's it. Like, there's no gauge. There's no number besides how many lives you have. But it's like, and we're just like, what the hell is happening? So we go through, we're going through, we're running it back. And we're just so goddamn confused about how this game works. Because it's really simple, right? Like, it's just a side-scrolling beat-em-up. Like, it's not supposed to be hard or weird or anything like that. It's supposed to be pretty simple. But it just keeps going. And the enemies are... They only have, like, 5 or 6 enemies in the game, right? And the first 2 are, like, relatively reasonable. It's, like, armored knight guy in the color palette of Magneto. Bigger armored knight guy with a big-ass barrel gun that he never shoots because he just wants to hit you from long range with the melee attack. In the color palette of Magneto. And then, later on when they get stronger, it's the color palette of Doctor Doom. But then, they go into, like, the strongest ones are, like, the color palette of, like, the Juggernaut. Like, the Juggernaut guy. And they're a boss, and as you're attacking them, their, like, armor falls off, and then they get, like, close to nude, and it's like, what the fuck is this game? It's so weird, but it keeps getting weirder, because I said there's, like, 5 enemies in the game, okay, right? There's the normal guy, the guy with the long barrel, the wasp/drone, which they just reskinned enemies. They're the same enemy, they're just reskinned. And then there's the earth golem from the sand. And then there is the go-kart guy. And the go-kart guy will drive from one end of the screen to another. He's like a space invader. Starts at the top of the screen, drives to the edge, goes down a little bit, drives to the other edge. Okay? Listen... When it comes to Marvel, when it comes to X-Men, I'm a normie, okay? I don't really know. But a go-kart guy? Is there a go-kart guy in Marvel? Are there 80 of them? do they overwhelm the heroes by riding on their go-karts? And this enemy is introduced. And listen, I don't know if this is a thing that Marvel does. Why am I going to the seaside twice? Because I'm throwing? True. These go-kart enemies are introduced by, and I'm not joking here, they are introduced by Galactus showing up on, like, a cliff that is to the edge of the ocean. So Galactus just shows up. He's here, okay? Galactus, the big pink guy, is just here. He then descends down to you. He opens his mouth, and then, like, 6 of the go-kart guys pile out of his mouth. Like, they drive off of his tongue onto the environment, and they start driving around. I swear, listen, I don't know if this is a normal thing for Marvel. I'm not making it up, though, if it is. Okay, oh wow, we rolled a 12? We rolled a 12? Okay. I'm just gonna take stamina here. No, I'm not a coward. We're gonna take charisma. It's look. And we're gonna rest. Oh, we're on Gazoo? True. Alright, we're just gonna have to live with that then. 63%. It's look. Oh, thank God we succeeded a dexterity check, because that would have done stamina. But yeah, no, it is. Oh, crap. Galactus is a golf cart spawner, yes. Correct. Ooh. Well, we have max sanity, so who cares? We just miss. Catch me miss? Catch Haru missing? No. And it's just like, that on its own is pretty weird. And that is definitely the weirdest thing in the game. But then, okay, hear me out here, alright? We're gonna see some Dark Souls 2 logic, okay? If you ever played Dark Souls 2, this might be familiar to you. Well, not on this scale. This is truly an absurdist scale. So we start the game out in we start the game out in the city. We fight through the city, then we get to I think it's the cliffside immediately after that? No, sorry. We start in the city, go to the forest, then the cliffside at the ocean. The cliffside of the ocean takes us underground into the military base, which then takes us into the lava area, okay? After the lava military base, underground, we get a cutscene and then, can you guess where we are next? The lava military base underground. And then we get, like, a cutscene of Professor X. And then we're walking on the surface of the moon. We're just on the moon. We're here. We are just here on top of the moon. That is what we're doing. We're on the moon. I almost hit take it. That's, like, not what we want to do. I think we're gonna doom out. Oh, we have Hermit. Let's go. Never mind. Calculated. Easy. Freaky Flood. All right, we're gonna put ourselves in the doldrums here. Goodbye, Hermit. Oh, but we could hold on to her. No. You do gotta respect smoking through the spiral hoodie. Now, the game did do something that was cool. Now, it went on for like 80 years too long, but the game did do something that was pretty neat, which was in the final, before the Magneto final boss, right? Because it was, like, Magneto's supposed to be the final boss. Before the Magneto boss, we see Professor X. He's in jail. And then we see Magneto outside of the jail. And we fight him. And it's Magneto's melee moveset, but he doesn't use any of his abilities. And then once you defeat him, it's revealed that he was a shapeshifter the whole time. I don't remember what her name is, but the blue lady. She was transformed into Magneto, and she was using all of his melee attacks. And then once you go into the next room, it's Magneto actually, and he's using, like, his mutant powers. And he's, like, just blowing you up, and he's, like... He was really easy, because we just spammed our special moves, and then immediately died the moment, the moment we were done stun locking him with the special moves, after like 5 lives, we managed to kill him. But yeah, no, it was such a bizarre game. Mystique transformed into Magneto just to throw hands with you. That is what happened. If the blue lady's name is Mystique, yes. But I actually, like, okay, I have no idea if it makes sense from a, like, Marvel perspective of, like, is that something Mystique would actually do? But I really did like it because you get to practice dodging Magneto's melee attacks before fighting the final boss. So you get to learn his melee moveset, and then you get to fight him with his mutant powers, which is a lot harder. And I actually think that's good game design for what they were going with. I just don't have any idea if that's like... Oh yeah, this happened on the moon, by the way. I kind of... That part is still crazy to me. That we're moon gaming. Theologist is in the school. Love to see it. Yeah, we gotta cook. Obviously. Do we just want to do it big? Here's what we're gonna do, alright? We have 8 quintillion damage, okay? So, let's just do it. Let's just do it big. Let's just full heal, let's just do it big. Obviously. It's not like I was gonna level up or anything. Just don't miss, Haru. Just don't miss. Just don't miss, Haru! Yeah, we'll do it like this. And we'll just save it like this, because 75% is not that bad. No, we're gonna send it. We're gonna send it. I know the boss is gonna, like, fucking annihilate my sanity if we don't kill it here, but you gotta do it big. You gotta do it big. Okay, easy dub. You do indeed love to see it. And I even finished my anecdote on time. It was a weird game. Also, the moon base exploded. Actually, it was a comet. I lied to you. It was not a moon base, it was a comet. I remember thinking it was the moon because you were walking around and, like, it looked like the moon. But at the end, when you get on the ship and you fly out, it was like this big-ass comet base with, like, this round dome on top of it. But I don't know. We were under the impression that because, like, the bosses were Marvel and then, like, the generic enemies just looked like generic enemies from a beat-em-up game, we were potentially under the impression that it was, like, a reskinned game. Or they were in the process of development, and then it ended up being turned into a Marvel game. It was by Konami. There was a Konami logo on the machine. But there's so many wacky fucking things at the arcade. So many incredibly cursed games. Listen, Irizumi is here in spirit, but we can't see it because we're not wearing the samurai outfit. It's look who it is. So we're probably gonna, yeah, we're gonna call it here. Good 30 minutes. Good fun dub. Finish the anecdote that I wanted to talk about. There were a couple other cool games at the arcade that were really neat. Like, there was one that was like a sniper game, and it had a, like, sniper that you used, but the scope was a screen. And so it had this really awesome effect of, like, being able to zoom in, even though you're not really zooming in, it's just like you're looking at the screen in the scope, which was really cool. I didn't get past the first level because you have like 60 seconds to clear it, and it was very clunky, but it was cool. Cool technology. There's also a fun Godzilla pinball machine that had like a TV on it, so whenever you like scored a thing, it like played a footage of Godzilla kicking somebody's ass. That was kind of neat. There were also aliens? I guess those exist too. Anyways, yeah, we're stat screen moment. 2857. 7 new enemies? God, I'm not paying attention. Pam's guys dropped all that new content. I missed all of it. Just like, oh yeah, cool. New zombie? Nah, I'm blind. I'm blind to the sins of the world. You're the worst person I met in Shiikawa. Alright. I am going to call it here. And by that, I mean I'm going to look at the stream so that I can actually do the send-off properly. Where is my YouTube app? He says, knowing exactly where it is. Also, apologies to the future World of Horror historians, because this is definitely a title that's happened before. Oh, the Emmerdale causing me physical pain. Forgot about that. For 30 minutes, I forgot about that. Alright, take care, everybody. Have a good one. Stay safe out there.